What's good people? This your boy Sean J, representing the Debonair Millionaires, and today I am doing a little something different. It's not like a coaching video today. Today is more of a reaction video, as they call it. The reaction is about a computer that predicts the end of civilization. Except this computer was made in 1973. So I always find things like this interesting, where something predicts anything. I need to know. Like, if these predictions right, everything from Nostradamus to like tarot card readers. I need to know. What do you know about the future? So, I hope this video intrigues your interest a little bit. Maybe you should do a little research behind this too. But I'm gonna give you a little commentary. I'm not gonna talk anymore. But let's get into it. Let's go.
It's not some science fantasy effect from 2001. This electronic display, emanating from Australia's largest computer, is a picture of the condition, past, present and future of planet Earth. The program was originally devised by a scientist working from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, J. Forrester. It was developed under the auspices of the Club of Rome by an MIT research team to present a complex model of the world and what we humans are doing to it. The program, called World 1, doesn't pretend to be a precise forecast. What it does for the first time in man's history on the planet is to look at the world as one system. It shows that Earth cannot sustain present population and industrial growth for much more than a few decades. It shows that simply cleaning up our car exhausts and making some small effort to limit our families simply isn't enough.
Okay, let me start off with this, right? I can for sure say that they're trying to make us limit our car exhaust. Things like California got, if your car is made after a certain year, they will make you do an exhaust test every year. I can say not California, but China. They have a thing where you can only have 3 kids. It used to be 2 kids, but their population is decreasing a little bit, so now you can have 3 kids for each couple, but no more over that. If you have any more, then I'm not sure what they do. I didn't get that far into my research, but I do know that they're trying to limit that stuff a little bit, Also, it's naturally happening. I don't know if you heard about it in places like Japan, right, where birth rates going down, fertility is going down. That's worldwide. So I'm not sure about all that stuff. This is far off information. This is a computer, and once again, I've heard Nostradamus give his ideas and stuff, but it seems like any civilization, even like the Mayan calendar, like a lot of them were wrong with their predictions, right? But a computer, it's hard to beat them at anything. If they made to do certain things, they mostly right. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever tried to beat a computer that knows how to play chess? Certain things, they'll beat you. An expert level chess player, they can't beat them. There's just something about this. So let's continue on. Let's get it.
It's like an electronic guided tour of our global behavior since 1900 and where that behavior will lead us. Well, this is the printed version of what we've just seen on the television screen. What looks at first...
Just so you know, this is from 1900 that they're starting to measure this up. So starting from there, and they took out, I guess, the what people do on normal and just put it into this graph. So let's get it.
Supposed to be just a maze of computer characteristics is really a system of very simple graphs which project what's going to happen to the planet over the next 150 years if we don't do something drastic to stop it. Down the left-hand side of the graph is the date, 1900, 1940, 1980, 2020, right down to 2060. Now,
all right, so that's one prediction, 2060. So we at least have 40 years, from this point on time, well, 39, So live it up or try to save the world, one of the two. But, yeah, let's keep it going.
Each of these lines of letters represents a curve showing some aspect of the condition of the planet. The further out this way they go, the greater that figure is. The further this way, the less. For example, P represents population. So here it is at 1900. and then it comes up to 1940, it starts to take off. Here we are at 1980, up to the turn of the century, and then it starts to peter off. Let's now have a look at this.
Okay. Just like I said in the beginning of the video, I don't have the complete facts on this, right? But population, I can say, is starting to taper off, right? We used to gain maybe like, let's say this, right? In 1900, there was almost 2 billion people. Almost. There was like, I think there was like 1,800,000,000 or something like that people in 1900. This is like 21 years ago, right? Now now we have like seven point something billion people now, right? And then from last year to this year, and because of COVID and other things that's hitting us right now, the population has decreased. It's increased. What I'm saying is, there's not as many people having babies. Fertility has gone down. Sperm count has gone down. Men are too busy into porn. Relationships, family, all that stuff is going down, and it kind of seems like, but just to put that bug in your head, the places like Japan, think about Japan. They're paying people to cuddle, It's just that it's slowed down so much. The birth rate, the family, all that stuff is kind of breaking down right now. I want you to take account of these things. Look that up. Look at Japan. I'm telling you. There is a civilized place. It is very civilized. I'm sure of it. But they're having a problem keeping the population up. Not many people want to have kids nowadays. The economic situation is forcing people to really think about if they want to have kids at this point in time. The only people who are really having kids, who don't see what's going around, are the people who don't care. They don't see what's happening. With so much going on the earth right now. But I'm not going to continue. Let's keep it going.
This next curve, the Q curve, which is the quality of life, and this is represented by, for example, the amount of space people have, the amount of money they have to spend, the amount of food they have to eat. Now, it increases rapidly up to 1940, but from 1940 on, the quality of life diminishes. And here we are about the turn of the century, and we come up to the year 2020, and it's really come.
So I'm glad he clarified that line right there, 2020. What was last year? All right, so let's think about this even further. Right, 1940, he said where it peaked at. Right, what happened during that time? We had World War II. We had a bunch of wars. Actually, a lot of different things. Where before that, America got off the gold standard. And then a lot of countries followed after that. So after that, it was just free game. They could just print money whenever they wanted to. We lived off a credit system, a not real system, right? We had no real money. It was just, we printed off for anything. Now look at today. I remember maybe 5 years ago, I used to have $100 worth of $100 worth of groceries. Go to the grocery store, my whole trunk be full of groceries. Whole trunk full of groceries. Now I go to the grocery store, $300 don't fill up half a trunk. And I had a nice car, you know what I'm saying? But if you think about that, inflation is rising, and we can't do anything about that. Some countries have hit it faster with hyperinflation, and I'm not scared to say, but it's looking a little dim. This thing is looking a little right. Like he said, this is hitting 2020 right at this moment, and my money doesn't buy as much. You don't get as much for your money at this time. But I said that's quality of life, right? We have made rules for people. Women can vote. There's gay rights. The Jim Crow laws and all that stuff has gone away. But actual gaining of access to certain things is possible, but we don't all have enough money to gain things that we once thought were normal. We're actually making life plans at the register. Like, do I have enough money for this? There's a lot of people living that way. I can't say that everyone's living like that. And, there's still millionaires created every day. You could be one, but at the same time, There is people out here really making life decisions at the gas pump. Really, you know. I can't. How can I get to work? Type of thing, you know. I either fill up my car, walk to work. Certain things like that. Well, I don't even got a car. I can't even pay the insurance. You know, there's certain things like that. I got a car, but you know, it's getting harder. I can tell you this: it's getting harder. You know, this K-shaped economy that we have right now, it's making it hard. If you don't own anything, I'll go into that later. But let's keep it going.
Come right back. More people, of course, means that you start to chew up your supply of natural resources. And this is this curve here, the N curve. And it shows that slowly but steadily, the pool of natural wealth in the world, natural resources, minerals, oil, and so on, is slowly but steadily diminishing. So this is...
Okay. I'm not sure how they measured that, right? Because there's no way you can really measure certain things. Like, I don't know if there's oil that we haven't found, oil that we, you know, I don't know, you know, but I do know the middle class is dying. This is one thing, natural wealth is dying, you know. So with that being said, it's just like this computer's on to something. You can't deny that. I don't have the complete facts on that one thing. I really don't have the facts on everything. But I can tell you this is pointing to something. You know? You can take it with a grain of salt, but don't tell me this is not, you know, something to think about. Let's keep going.
This is the situation. As population increases, the quality of life decreases, and the supply of natural resources decreases. But have a look at this curve here. This is called the Z curve, and it represents pollution. Now, predictably enough, as the population increases up to 1980, pollution increases. There's more rubbish. But from 1980 to the year 2020, pollution really takes off. This is assuming, of course, that we don't do anything about it. So the year 2000...
He's completely right on this. This, I know for a fact. There is an island of plastic bottles and plastic ware out in the Pacific Ocean. You can look it up. It's Google. It's a Google. Look it up. It's a big island out there of plastic. And I can really say this about America. I don't know about every other place because I haven't been to I've been to a lot of places, but I don't know what they do on a daily basis. I know how America runs, right? In America, we don't really recycle like that. We don't. We are consumers. That's what we are. We don't really produce anything, but we will consume everything, you know? And I can say that it seems like most of places are following America's lead, you know? And I don't think everybody wants to go down that route because it's just like, I'm not sure how America's balancing itself right now. We can't produce anything. But it is very true. It is very true that this is happening with that big plastic island in the Pacific Ocean. It's huge out there. It's huge. Look it up. Please look it up. And you then start to notice, you know. I mean, even with all these things with the animals, the oil leaks and all that stuff, yeah, this is very true. The pollution has gone up very true. There's a lot of people who don't believe in global warming. I don't see how you don't, you know. If you can get in your car and close your garage and turn your car on and kill yourself that way, what do you think the earth is doing with how many cars we have? Each person has 2 cars or something like that. If there's 7 billion people, what's that, 14 billion cars? Tell me that does not hurt the earth. Just tell me. I want to believe it. There's no way that I can believe anything else. Even science is saying that, but people are saying all this like science doesn't. What I do know is that you cannot sit in your garage with your car on and the garage door closed. That's what I do know. You'll kill yourself. The carbon dioxide coming from your car will kill you. So what do you think the earth is feeling? Like, really think about that. This pollution thing, really think about that. What did those animals do to see this island of plastic and get stuck in that stuff, you know? And then even with, let's keep it going.
2020, the condition of the planet starts to become highly critical. And if we don't do anything about it, this is what's going to happen. The quality of life is going to go right back to practically zero. Pollution is going to become so serious right out here that it will start to kill people. So the population...
Oh, this is just a theory of mine, right? What happens if, with all the pollution that we're doing, you know, and a lot of people saying it can't be humans that are doing this. It's got to be the earth doing it to itself. But really, you know, I understand earthquakes, you know, and volcanoes happen and it leaves the dust suit in there. And I understand. I get that. But for anybody to say that people don't do this to the earth, for you ever to say that, you know, it's just naive. It's a little, I don't know. It kind of hurts me. You know what I'm saying? I can't control everybody, but for somebody to think that people have no responsibility in the pollution that is going on, right? Just that alone, right? So what they take this theory, right? What if the earth is just one big organism? Just one big organism, right? And its way to fight it what's happening to it right now is to kill what is happening to it. Just like our own body. You get a disease in you, and what happens? You get these T cells, and they come to save you. They come to destroy the virus that's inside of your body, right? That's what happens, right? So what happens if the earth was just one big organism and we were just bacteria on this earth? What happens? Maybe I'm not sure if COVID was invented from a lab or if people got it from a bat. At this point, I don't care. But I'm pretty sure that the earth does not want us here right now. I'm pretty sure. Like, why is this happening, right? Why is this happening? Even with the whole, yeah, you can put the mask mandate and everything, but even with the mask mandate, right? Look around. We're throwing a mask on the floor. We're polluting even more. Like, we're like trying to save ourselves, but really we're not. I don't think we're really thinking like this. This is just a theory. I could be wrong. Don't quote me. I don't care. Whatever. I don't care. But just think about this. Think about that. The earth could be an organism just fighting to keep itself up, and then maybe it put out COVID first, and then the variant too, and now I feel like it might put out more. We don't know. We have no idea. But I'm just saying, like, for us to say that people don't have any involvement in how the earth's, ability to want to help itself, it's kind of crazy. No involvement, not like what, like, and then it's like, what kind of percentage? It doesn't matter. We need to do more. There's so much more we could do. There are some countries that are trying, but there's people who, care more about their personal right over the environment itself, So I'm not going to go any further. Let's just keep watching this.
Will diminish. Right back here, less than it was in the year 1900. And at this...
Hold on. Like I said, he said the population will diminish right back. What is that, like, from the year 2020? It looked like just a little decade from 2020 to where he went down to, right? So, looks like we got 10 years. It looks like it. I don't know. I can't see behind his hand now, but it didn't go that far. It dropped tremendously after 2020. I don't know, man. You know what the population was in 1900? It was almost like, it was 1.8 billion people, right? I think I told you that. I think I said that at the beginning of the video. But at that time, it was almost a 1.8 billion people. In this 21 years, we came up with 7 billion people in just that little bit of time. Science has really worked for us, We have really found our way at the top of the food chain. To make that much of a population that quickly, that's amazing. That is amazing. But just saying, just think about this. I'm not saying this is true, but it's ironic.
Stage, round about the year 2040, 2050, civilized life as we know it on this planet will cease to exist. Well, hopefully, of course, it won't be allowed to happen. But it's taken this kind of shock treatment to nudge governments into doing something, and slowly we are. We're starting to clean up our atmosphere. We're starting to recycle our rubbish. We're doing something positive about population control. But so far, our efforts have really been just a drop in the ocean. The climate...
All right, this part you can watch for yourselves. I just really wanted to get what the computer felt, right? You can get what men think about this on your own time. The computer felt like around 2040 that civilization would stop. And honestly, we hit all those marks from the population slowing down, right, at this point in time. All of the trash that's being thrown out, you know? And I can't say it's one country over the next country. I don't know what every country is doing. But I do know this. The population as a whole doesn't seem like it cares about the earth. We're like this nation, that nation, those people, you know, Republicans, Democrats. We're all like on one side, you know? Like it just seems like we're on sides about stupid stuff. When really we should start to care about one another. And it doesn't matter if you have some differences, you have a religious difference between somebody. Who cares at this point in time? It really does not matter. You think you're going to live forever? You think the world is going to take us forever? Like, we don't know. We don't know. We didn't know that COVID was going to hit. Well, a lot of people did know. I think some people did, though. Okay, I want to leave with this, right? In Georgia, right? There's these things that look like Stonehenge. You call like the Georgia Guidestones, right? Georgia Guidestones. The first rule on one of those stones it looks just like Stonehenge. It looks just like Stonehenge. It has 10 rules if civilization was to collapse, right? This was made in the 1970s. But the first rule on that, it says maintain the population under 500 million people. In 1900, we had almost 2 billion people. And this computer is saying that that civilization is going to end, all of it, by 2040, all the way down to what it was in 1900. So I'm not sure if this is a plan. I don't know if this is a Revelations thing. I don't know if this is the end of the world. There's a lot of people, you know, question everything right now. It just seems like there's a lot of things that have gone from debating to people who are emotionally put onto how people are feeling about certain things. They're so emotional. People are so emotional nowadays. It's just, you know, and they don't think out of themselves. You know, they think only from themselves, and they don't think of how can we help each other at this point in time. You know, and I get it. You might be rich, and you're like, oh, look at those poor people down there. Like they don't work, they don't want to work. But then it's like the work that is being done feels like slavery, you know? Or it's the people who are poor looking at the rich people like, oh, look at them. They bought a new boat that with a helicopter on it. With a helicopter on it. Like just for what? For you just to, you know, keep your money and just do nothing with it? What is the point of having that much money sometimes? You know what I'm saying? It seems like people think you can buy everything, but some people are just hoarding money. Honestly, like hoarding money. They come up with some idea just to buy some. They want a pool with marble floors. Dude, why? Why do you want a pool with marble floors? It's just not justified. It's just not justified. But that's the end of my rant. I just wanted to bring this video to more people's attention. Just wanted to share it. I usually just share this between my family or something like that. But I was like, nah, let me just go ahead and make a commentary video about this and put it on, you know? Maybe somebody will watch it. Other than that, I hope you like it. I hope you share it. And, you know, subscribe, please, you know? Watch some of my other other content, you know? It's only helpful. Only helpful content. If you haven't gone through depression, you have some money problems, that's all I talk about. How you can help yourself individually within the world. You know? Making better people is all I care about. Other than that, I hope you have a good day. Holla.